Hey gents, today we're going to take a look at the Ministry of Supply blazer, and you could say that we're completing the trilogy for the Going Places fabric. I've done the pants, I've done the shorts, and I'm doing the blazer right now. So I've taken a look at all of the Ministry of Supply stuff, a really big fan of it, and I want to dive in deep to the blazer because I've been wearing it for the past like 2 months and I've got a lot of thoughts on it. So before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to learn about the best menswear on the internet. Give a thumbs up for advanced technological fabrics, and now let's dive into the blazer. That price point puts it in that mid to higher tier pricing for what you would pay for a nice blazer, but I think that the price is justified in the features and the things that you get out of the blazer. I think first off, the Ministry of Supply founder actually ran a full half marathon and I believe set a world record for running a half marathon in a suit, and this is what he did that in. So this is an advanced technological fabric between the pants and the blazer that does moisture wicking, full stretch, and it's very, very durable. I think it's best to start out with what this blazer is and what it isn't. I think this blazer is an incredible everyday jacket. If you are required to wear suits every day, I think we'll talk about what I think on those. If you don't need to wear a suit every day and you just wear a blazer because you want to feel dressed up and you want to look really nice, this is an incredible one. I work in a very casual office environment, and even wearing this blazer, I look a little bit overdressed. I'd say, personally, I never feel overdressed, but you can look overdressed for a certain environment. And I always look like one of the best in the office because I always look put together and well dressed. And I think this is an incredible everyday jacket. It's an amazing travel jacket. This is a jacket I would say in the past 2 months I've worn more than ever on certain trips because you look put together. It doesn't get wrinkly. I mean, I've rolled this thing up and tossed it in the overhead bin. I've shoved it under my seat. The jacket is very, very difficult to wrinkle, which makes it amazing for travel. And then also because it is moisture wicking and stretch, it's very comfortable to wear. So it's an incredible travel jacket. And then lastly, it's just a great like evening jacket if you're going out for drinks or if you're going out just anywhere you want to wear this jacket. I think it's amazing. So it's an incredibly versatile jacket also because, and I talk about this in my shorts review, the fabric, they call it abrasion free fabric, and you can't really tell on the shoulders here, but when I was in Ireland with my family, I wore this jacket and on top of it I wore my Osprey carrier, so I was like wearing my son on it, and so there's no creasing, no wrinkles. And then also as you're just like walking and moving on things, I never worry about this jacket like I do with some of my other higher end suits when you're wearing wool and you're worried about, are you gonna get a little nick in the fabric? Is it gonna stretch? Is it gonna look too? This thing just keeps its form and it's amazing. Now what the suit is not is this is not like, I wouldn't make this your first really nice suit. I mean, if you buy the jacket and these pants together, you are looking at nearly $500 for the full suit, but I would not make this your first one. It's not formal enough, and it's not, it just doesn't have that fit and finish that you really want in a suit that you're spending about $500 on. So it's not your first like really nice suit. And also if you are in a business professional environment where you're a shirt and tie every day and others are wearing nice suits, this one is going to look a little bit out of place. It's a little too casual for that environment. So that is what the blazer is and is not. With that, let's talk about some of the pros and the cons of the suit. So the pros is incredibly versatile, incredibly durable. Not going to wrinkle, not going to worry about having to get to a hotel and iron it and everything else. You can just wear it, put it on. It is water resistant, which is really nice. So as you know, it is all weather. I love it for that. Because it's a casual piece, they're able to have a few features that I like that wouldn't be necessarily the same if this was a higher end or a more formal nice suit. So they have slide lock buttons, which are a metal clasp button, very similar to the Bonobos Chino, which I always love. They have these hidden zip pockets, so under the flaps of the side pockets there are zippers that you can put your stuff in, and then underneath the lapel here, there's another zipper pocket. And I saw in the reviews online also somebody called out they dislike that you can see the seam of the pocket up in here. That never really bothered me because, like I said, I don't see it as a formal suit necessarily. And it is, I mean, you have to look for it. I guess in some of the colors it might be a little bit more noticeable, but to me that really didn't bother me. I do like having this here. This is usually where I'll put my passport when I'm traveling, so I have that right up against my chest, and it doesn't stick out too much having it up here. If anything, I just like the security. I'm not really worried about what it looks like. This is an unconstructed or a deconstructed blazer, so there's a lot less fabric in here, so it is nice and cool to wear. There's a nice little 2-pocket system thumb right here, you get a nice one in your breast pocket, and there's one down on the side. So with all of that gushing, there are a couple of things to be aware of. Like I said, it is very informal. It's not a formal suit that you would want to get into. Unfortunately, it's only offered in a small, medium, and large. They don't have like a tailored or a slim fit. And by the nature of the engineered polyester, I don't think this is something you could really take to the tailor and have them update. The seams on the inside are like a fused seam instead of something that you can stitch and then let in and let out. Now, Ministry of Supply does offer tailoring directly if you order from them, and so they might be able to take some of it in. You can see on me, this is a medium. The sleeves do fit really well, and it's not as tapered as I would like, but I wouldn't really nitpick on that type of thing because this is just meant to be like your everyday grab it and go jacket. I wouldn't say this is something that I would try and really get tailored. I would just accept it as a great jacket. You know, it is just a very technical and engineered design, so instead of the seam on my shoulder being directly on top, it's kind of a little bit forward, and then on the inside here of the jacket, you've got a stitch that crosses. It's really just a more of a reinforced stitch thing to keep it in line. So there you have it, gents. I haven't really seen anything else in the market like this blazer from Ministry of Supply, where it's a completely wrinkle-free and just versatile, durable jacket or blazer like this. And so if you have seen something else, let me know. I want to take a look, because I know, like, I think Mizzen & Main offered something a few years ago, but they no longer offer it. And so really impressed with this jacket. And at the price point, there really isn't anything to directly compare it to other than just standard wool blazers. With that being said, any comments or questions you have about Ministry of Supply or the blazer itself, always happy to answer in the comments below. You can also reach out at @_Kavalier on Twitter and Instagram. I'm also looking for updates and input on my Google Doc, where I've been trying to keep track of all the brands that you guys have been recommending. So if you want to suggest a brand for review, go ahead and click on the link below. I have the brand tracker down there. You can go in and update and leave comments and everything, so I can try and be a little more organized about the videos coming down the pike. Stay tuned for the best menswear on the internet. Until next time, gents, this is the Kavalier.